Hey everybody, my name is Christian Pullman. Today I'm going to do a quick how-to video on juggling. This is for my professional communications course at Ryerson University. So let's begin. I started off juggling back in 2011 when I was around 12. I used to always throw around those tangerines, try to do my best to juggle, because I used to see people do it and I was pretty interested. Because I couldn't do it, I wanted to do it, so that's why I kind of started to learn. I used to drop them, make a mess, because they would hit the ground and explode. So my parents thought, hey, let's get this guy some juggling balls. And then that's when I sort of taught myself how to juggle. I watched a couple of YouTube videos because I found it very difficult at first, trying to teach it to myself. But after the videos, it became pretty clear what to do. So that's why I'm here, to teach you how to juggle. So the first thing you want to do is you want to grab one ball, hands out, throw it from one hand to the other hand. Pretty basic. Okay, so once you get pretty good at that, you want to make it a little bit more difficult, make it a little bit more easy to move on to the next step. What you're going to do now is you're going to not look at your hands, you're going to keep your head straight, and you're going to look forward. Okay, so you do that because the most important part about juggling is looking for where the ball peaks. So when the ball peaks, it's when it goes up and starts coming down. At that point, that's the peak. That's what you're looking out for, because when you introduce the second ball, that peak is your indication to throw the second ball. So now you got two balls in your hands, and we're going to make it a little bit more difficult. So you're going to start by throwing this ball up. It's going to come, it's going to peak, and that's when you throw the second ball, and you're going to keep going. So it looks a little something like this. See? Not too hard. The hardest part about juggling with the two balls is I feel that people get so focused on the one ball that when they throw it, and then the second ball comes into the air, the balls collide, they fall, and they think, oh, well, like I'm never going to get past this. This seems like the hardest thing to overcome. But the point of that is because you're focusing too much on the first ball, you subconsciously throw the second ball and it hits the first ball. So you want to be looking where the balls peak, but you don't want to be focused on that one ball, because once you get the third ball going in, it becomes very difficult to focus only on the one ball because it's three things going on at once. Okay? So remember, just look, keep waiting for the peaks. Practice throwing one ball to one hand and the other to the other hand. So after you get pretty good at that, then we're going to ramp it up a little bit. We're going to get that third ball going in there. So that's when it gets a little bit more difficult, because instead of having those two balls, you got that third ball now. Where you're going to hold it, what's it going to do, how you're going to incorporate it into the juggling. So that's what I'm going to teach you. So what I like to do is I like to hold two balls in my one hand and the one ball in my other hand. This one being my dominant hand because I feel like I get a better throw with it. But that's for you to choose. I'm not going to tell you how to do it. So it's just the same as juggling two balls because there's always one ball that's in motion. So then it's back to the basic, throwing two balls with two hands. And the third ball is just kind of traveling. So just like before, you're going to throw the first ball, throw with two hands. It's going to go up, it's going to hit its peak, and that's when you throw the second ball. That ball goes up, hits its peak, and then you throw the third ball, and then you kind of just continue that cycle over and over again, and then there you have it, then you're juggling. So let me do a quick little demonstration. You're going to throw one, and the other, third, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay? Another little quick tip. What I like to do is I like to start off by throwing them like really small, just because it kind of gets my body and my hands in the motions. Then after you do a couple of those, then you start throwing the balls up higher, kind of opening your chest up. Because once you start getting the balls higher and they're peaking higher and they're covering more area, it becomes easier to control them because they're not in such a condensed area. So then a quick example, it's going to go up. All right, guys, there you have it. That's my how-to video on juggling. I hope you enjoyed and continue your career as a juggle star.